Now you've seen every broccoli-headed streamer on the planet shoot the Cybertruck to test if it was bulletproof.
If it ricochets, it's not gonna.
If it wasn't meant for us to die, we're not gonna die.
Like 9 times out of 10, they pop it a couple times with a 9mm and then call it a day. I am curious though exactly how bulletproof the outside of a Cybertruck is, just in case my bastard neighbors take another attempt on my life. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be taking a variety of different weapons and different calibers and stepping it up to see exactly how much a Cybertruck will stop. So today we're gonna get downright scientific and see just how bulletproof the Cybertruck really is. And then, I might get a little silly with it. Now, only certain parts of the Cybertruck are actually rated to be bulletproof, so to speak. Those parts include the doors, which is the only part I really give a shit about, to be honest. I mean, if I'm getting shot at, I want me protected, not the people I have tied up in my trunk. This bad boy, not only is it fun to drive, but it's also been a pretty good prop here on the channel. So instead of shooting this one, I'm actually going to be shooting a Cybertruck door that I was able to find. So we're gonna be shooting this piece by piece with different calibers to see exactly how much damage it does until we get to something that stops it. Let's be honest, we're not gonna stop there. We're just gonna keep shooting shit out of it. Starting out, obvious place, 22LR in the MP7 at home, no less. So load up a couple of these and we're gonna see if it stops on the Cybertruck door. Spoiler alert, it should. I mean, it really fucking should. And firing. All right, so got a little bit of a dent. Not really much, to be honest. It looked worse coming up to it, but now, like, when I look over the top of it, it's, yeah. Nothing major, but that was honestly to be expected. So if you're attacked by a squirrel hunter, the Cybertruck has you covered. Moving on up, this next one is for all you Stalker and Tarkov fans. We have a 9x18 Makarov, basically just a spicy 380. This one's actually a Norinco one, so that's kind of cool. I have a huge Makarov collection. I just love these little fucking things for some reason. Probably one of the more complete ones, I'd think, but maybe one day I'll show them off, see if that's something that interests you guys. But for now, I'm gonna shoot a truck door. 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, so we see a little bit of a deeper impact, a lot of a deeper impact, actually. A little bit of texture on that. It's all right, it's good. It's great flavoring for your food. It's kind of like MSG, really. Next up, BZ61 Scorpion in 32 ACP. Now, just in case you owe money to the Czech mob, which I don't, for the record. Just putting that out there. 3, 2, 1. Saw that, right? All right, Scorpion submachine gun. Did not fare much better than 9x18. In fact, I would actually say that's less of an impression. It's not about the size of the round. It's about the motion in the ocean. In this case, not a lot of motion either, so you're just fucked, I guess. Next up, we can take these off. We're going for subsonic 9mm out of the MP5 SD for drip factor alone. If you played Wet Work on Call of Duty 4, we can be friends. All right. I don't know if it's because I had the ears off, but you could hear that thunk on the door was way more solid. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Still some lead in there too. Did not puncture though. So now we move up to supersonic 9mm. Now for supersonic 9mm, we're gonna be using my Staccato XC. Fucking love this handgun. Firing. We're definitely seeing a lot more of an impression there. Look at the difference between subsonic and supersonic. That's fucking crazy. That is proving something that I've said on the channel quite a lot, and something I think we're gonna prove here in a second even more, that what punches through armor, what punches through shit like this, is all about speed. So a big round that's slow and fat is not gonna punch armor as well as a small round that's really quick. So you saw the difference from speed there, where this is gonna go. To really test this, we've got the 45 ACP. The round so full of stopping power that it single-handedly won 2 world wars. Something about the 45 ACP though is that while it is a very heavy projectile, I mean that is just a chunker of a bullet there, it is also pretty slow. I think most 45 ACP is naturally subsonic. So we're gonna see how that fares. I'm gonna try to put this right above there. I put that 9mm, and we're gonna see how it compares. There you go. So while the 45 ACP that we're using here is about twice the weight of the 9mm that we used, the impression really isn't any deeper. It's a little wider because it's a fatter round, but I don't think it's deeper than the 9mm. But we already kind of knew. I mean, fucking Elon shot this with a 45. A bunch of people have shot it with 9mm, including, by the way, I do want to point out, somebody said that this could withstand AK fire. That was a clip that was going super viral. It's like, oh, bro, the Cybertruck will stop an AK. All right, maybe simmer. That AK in the clip was a fucking 9mm. It's probably some like Palmetto AKV or something like that. Not really the same thing. I'll be dead serious here. I have no idea if the next shit that we're gonna test is going to be stopped or if it's gonna punch right through, but you know what? That's why we do it. Science. Now, when we're talking speed, I would be remiss if I did not mention the FN57. This bad boy fires, shocker, 5.7mm by 28. It's basically like a small rifle round. It's like a little shrunk down 5.56, very fast, and is actually notorious for certain types of ammunition being able to punch through ballistic vests, like 3A armor. Very rare for a pistol to be able to do. But let's see how it fares against the Cybertruck door. Yeah, I forgot the trigger's kind of dog shit too. There we go. You put one a little lower, that's like right on the line. There we go. Oh, it wanted to punch so bad. Right in there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there is a teeny crack right there in the pocket of that crater. Not really any down there though. So that's actually really interesting. So these are our 2.57 shots. That actually, I was kind of 50-50 on whether that was gonna punch through, but now I guess we're just gonna have to get bigger. This is the Desert Eagle, the Cybertruck's only known natural predator. Aside from the cartel boss drip, this one is actually not chambered in 50 AE, but instead 44 Magnum. As Callahan would say,
the most powerful handgun in the world and would blow your head clean off.
Feel free to go ahead and pause and take your bets on this down in the comments, because this one is real. Like after 5.7, I don't know what to fucking think anymore. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that looked like it might have done it. That is actually really cool because it didn't really even like puncture so much as it just like, it was just the raw energy of the round tore the material itself in 3 different little flaps here. You can kind of see, if you come over here, you can see just like the actual material itself just ripping, especially up from the top. Now on the backside here, yeah, you can see the Projo kept going there and ripped through. This is obviously a lot skinnier here on the backside. This isn't the bulletproof part, and this is fucking cool. It actually carved off the jacket. So that there is the copper part, the jacket of the 44 Magnum. That's super fucking cool. So if you're driving through a bad neighborhood, don't piss off Clint Eastwood, I guess. Just for shits and giggles, we actually do have a real 50 AE Desert Eagle, and it is this absolute fucking drip machine. The flashlight here is just really fucking insult to injury. God, this is so actually usable, it's annoying. This one is actually not mine. This is the current Firearms Direct Club giveaway gun, and I can't tell you literally any more than that because YouTube fucking hates that shit. But I can tell you, it's probably gonna go through a Cybertruck door. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, no fucking problems there. Straight through and through. Basically the same thing the 44 did, but with a much bigger hole, which pretty much could be the slogan of the 50 AE, to be frank. Now, back in the realm of shit I'm not sure about, we have the 12-gauge shotgun. This is the KSG-12. You might recognize it. It's usually on the wall behind me when I film. We are using S&B buckshot. Will this penetrate the Cybertruck door? I'd certainly hope so. Again, really not sure. Birdshot, target load, stuff like that, that shit's gonna glance right off. I don't really think that would be a problem. Buckshot, it very much depends on distance, which is a good thing because I'm actually gonna be backing up a decent bit because, you know, not a big fan of ricochets. Controversial statement. You know, bullets lose the vast majority of their energy when they hit a target straight on, like a solid target or anything. That being said, I've been the recipient of ricochets from shotguns before. Once bitten, twice shy. It's a fool me once kind of thing.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Firing. No shit. Peppered it pretty fucking good. But actually, I'm kind of surprised by that. Huh. The pattern was a lot bigger than I would have thought for that distance. Just, I guess, a little bigger. And those did not do nearly as much as I expected. We could actually, we'll probably shoot this from a little closer, see if it's any different. I'm gonna shoot toward the middle this time. Buckshot, round 2. There you go, much tighter pattern. Hey, I'm Cybertruck, I see you. So if you're in a Cybertruck, I guess you can fuck the farmer's daughter. Probably do that anyway, he probably thinks you're a fat. Now for probably the most common rifle in the United States, the AR-15. This one is a Radian. I actually like it a lot. Kind of half gamered this one out for some night vision shit. Today we're gonna show how velocity defeats everything. The 5.56 travels at roughly 3,000 feet per second, and with a 223 diameter bullet, I don't think that this is actually going to be any sort of a challenge for defeating the Cybertruck. I'm gonna go for the bottom left here in 3, 2, 1. Don't think that one's a problem. I just bent over to explain that we just Swiss cheesed the door with a rifle round, and I did not realize this was a live Coca-Cola. But the spalling from the other side made it not that anymore. So yeah, most of you probably could have seen this coming, but the 5.56 was able to just punch holes in it. It just is traveling so fast and carries so much energy because of that. Even though it's only, what, a 55 grain projectile, it's just the speed is what defeats armor. Which is why the majority of police vests, you know, like soft armor vests, anything like that, great at stopping pistol rounds. But as soon as you get a rifle round into the equation, there's just not a lot you can do about it. But, not what I was looking for. But, it can be really fun. And I know exactly the gun to use for this. This, if you're not familiar, is the AK-50. A 50 BMG, not to be confused with AE, like the Desert Eagle. 50 BMG, big motherfucker, big motherfucking gun, if you will. And I know this is gonna punch through that door, but it's gonna be fun to look at anyway, especially since we are using Mark 211 Raufous today. Type of specialty 50 caliber ammo that should give us a nice little pop. Is this a little gratuitous? Yes. Firing in 3, 2, 1. That's fucking stupid. So this is your 50 caliber hole here on the back side of the door. You can see that that one left pretty hot. I'm sure you saw in the video all the sparks and everything coming off the back of that one, but what really you can't see in the video that I find really funny is the big ass crater it dug to China 3 feet behind it. It's tunneling to China specifically because, much like any other type of military equipment, it is hungry for the Three Gorges Dam. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our bulletproof test for the Cybertruck. A couple of those actually surprised me a little bit, which means today we're doing my favorite kind of science, redneck science. In the words of Adam Savage, anything's science if you write shit down, or in this case, record it, which means Mia Khalifa's done a lot of science. Anyhow, if there's anything you think that we missed, or if there's anything that surprised you, or you don't think we did right, I'm sure if that last one's true, you have already told me down in the comments. But if there's anything else you'd like to see coming up, we got some plans, we got some cool content that we've got in the works right now. But let me know, because we do take your comments seriously. Well, sometimes. And I love hearing what ideas for content you guys have, or what content you like or don't like seeing. So let me know what you thought of this down below. Don't be a dickhead to service workers, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.